Thank you very much, Sean, for that kind introduction. And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Chamber Luncheon. And what a great day it is. I believe this is mid-February. I would like to start by thanking certainly a number of people today. First, to our sponsors who have made this luncheon possible. The Union Gas, WFCU, Connexio, Essex Power, AM 800, NCTV, and thank you for working with us to share today. I also want to thank as well the Chamber of Commerce for inviting me to speak today, and we appreciate your continued partnership with us. Thank you to the other elected officials joining us, Percy Hatfield and Tom Bain, Leah Malash, and Ron McDermott from Essex. And I would also like to acknowledge and thank CX North America for joining us today, including Sharon Coburn, Irvin Banat, Julia Reznikoff, and CX North America is a transportation logistic company that chose to start their company in North America in their operations here in Tecumseh. We are excited for the future and their future and want to encourage other businesses, big or small, to choose Tecumseh, Windsor, and Essex. Today I'm addressing you about the progress in the town of Tecumseh. While I appear here on stage, I want to acknowledge my council colleagues, and if I would ask them to please stand. Please stand. Everything I discussed today was accomplished because the 7 of us worked together on commitments for residents and businesses in Tecumseh, and I wanted to acknowledge their support and their important work we do for our constituents. Deputy Mayor Joe McKenney, Councillors Dowie, Councillors Hewson, Councillor Ossington, and Councillor Altenhoff. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our administration, we never would have been able to achieve the successes we have without their dedication and certainly their efforts. Now for the good stuff. A few years ago, I discussed the state of the town, and I spoke about how Tecumseh was a lifestyle community, an ideal place to live, work, and play. I also let you know that we were growing into a larger and more substantial community. Over the last few years, we have been putting the pieces in place to become more successful, attracting new businesses, retirees, and those looking to reap the benefits and economic advantages because of our proximity to the U.S. We pride ourselves at being a bedroom community of the greater Essex region, and we provide small town living with a big city feel, and we're proud of that. And we continue to build on the idea to provide our residents with great service. Our theme today is building for the future, and we are building on the lessons we have learned, the successes we have experienced, and the goals we have for the future. Together, these will help continue our success. Like most of Essex County, the recession hit us hard. As a municipality that hosts a high concentration of businesses in the automotive industry, we experienced not only the impacts to the business community, but also to our residents. That worked and affected all of our industries, and we felt that pain deeply. We looked at how we could help our community to survive such a devastating impact, and I'm proud to say that we found a way to support our industries, and they are thriving and expanding today. In fact, if you drive through Oldcastle, you see how many now have hiring signs in front of their facilities. Tecumseh has also been fortunate to welcome a number of new businesses, including, as I stated earlier, CX North America, Frank's Brewing Company, Diamond & Diamond Personal Injury Lawyers, The Job Shop, and Ingenuity Council. And Ingenuity Council is the first business to take advantage of our town app to promote their business. We have also seen openings of a number of retail plazas, both on the main street of Tecumseh Road and in other areas of our town. We love our business community, both big and small, as they provide our residents with employment services, and supplies close to home. We have had other challenges as well. You all recall the fire at Bondwell, our largest employer in Old Town Tecumseh in 2014. Could have decimated one of our largest employers, and not to mention the impact on the health of our residents. We worked closely with them, and we were able to coordinate safely the rebuilding of that business, not only in the operation, but with expanded warehouse space and capacity and new jobs. It is thriving today. And there will be more announcements from them later this year. We and our neighbors in Windsor and Lakeshore were impacted by the great flood of the 29th of September. And we have spent the last few months working to educate our residents on how to protect themselves and their properties. This partnership with residents is one of our greatest accomplishments, as it demonstrates not only our commitment to our existing residents, but also encourages anyone looking to locate in Tecumseh that we are right there with them to provide the necessary support and information to improve their lives. Over the last year, along with other municipalities in Ontario, we have been forced to deal with new challenges. The rising costs of electricity. This year, the provincial government introduced their cap and trade program. Together, these new utility challenges have placed a heavy burden on residents and our businesses, as well as municipalities who are amongst the highest users. Not only are we subject to the changes, we are also trying to find ways to protect and support our residents and our business owners. Think about it. We all pay the added fees, but we are not all eligible for the credits that are offered. Our small and medium businesses are not eligible for these credits. Homeowners are not eligible. We all pay into these programs, but we don't get to reap the benefits. And we want to change that. I have been very vocal of these issues with my colleagues at AMO and with the provincial government. And I will continue to do that. But just talking about it, lobbying for change and trying to bend the ear of other politicians is not always the best way of bringing about change. That's why we are working with our partners at Essex Power on net zero community projects to get those dollars back for our municipality. These projects will dramatically reduce Tecumseh's carbon footprint and totally eliminate, eventually, the electrical footprint. Initiatives that will help control the future costs of electricity and enhance the overall customer's experience. This will lead to improved residential conservation demand management programs and in-home controls. That doesn't mean I won't keep pressing. Union Gas is here, and we'll be chatting later this afternoon. Natural gas has a role to play in the future energy mix of our province. As we all know, we're very dependent, in particular with our friends in the Kingsville and Leamington area, where gas plays a major contribution in our food supply, not only in our region, but in the whole country. And I will continue to bang on the doors of my fellow elected officials at the federal, provincial level to demand changes for our people. There are many more examples I can use that have impacted us and forced us to look at ways we can improve our community. Like many small municipalities in Ontario, Tecumseh is challenged with doing more with less. However, my council colleagues and town administration have risen to the challenge by looking long-term and putting in place the building blocks for continued success. My colleagues and our administration know that sustainable growth is important for future success. We have made the right decisions to guarantee that our growth is sustainable for the long term. Some may disagree that it's better to build it now rather than later, but we have always believed that building things the right way means less problems in the future. And I commend my colleagues and our administration for always thinking long term. We have accomplished this by working on strategic planning initiatives that led to the priorities adopted by council and implemented by administration. These strategic priorities are the direct result of many comments by the public in our business community. We looked at how we can deliver effectively and responsibly to keep our community growing. Tecumseh was one of the first municipalities in Ontario to implement a full life cycle funding model, and we continue to follow it today. This program combines a capital, debt, and reserve strategy allowing for replacing infrastructure without going into serious debt. Our current life cycle allocation is about $9 million today, and this provides confidence for our residents and our business community wishing to invest in our community. Smart investment for the future has been paramount to our planning and delivery, and this includes working with developers to plan out our growth in a way that protects the existing town areas while building for our future. Part of that planning means looking at policies and creating and updating where possible. Last year, we updated several of our plans, including our water wastewater plan, the Parks and Rec plan, the Stormwater Master Plan, our Capital Works plan, and the Emergency Preparedness Plan. We prepared a trail master plan which follows the Parks and Recreation Plan. And we believe that having the right plans for the town, keeping them up to date, is important for our future growth. We haven't forgotten about our longer-term residents or older parts of our town. We have been making investments to existing areas to improve the standard of living for our residents. Just recently, in the past year, this included a $1 million investment in Lakewood Park to install new structures like a pedestrian bridge, a climbing rock, disc golf course, and exercise equipment. Investment in infrastructure like upgrades to our pumping stations and roadways, and continued repaving our roads and rehabilitation of our bridges. Over the last 5 years, during the height of our recession, we have invested more than $60 million on infrastructure improvements to existing areas in the town. Tecumseh also hosts some wonderful events throughout the year, and we are constantly looking at other activities that we can add. This year, we held our first Canada Day celebration, which will be expanded this year for the 150th anniversary celebrations. We also held our annual Santa Claus Parade, Christmas in Tecumseh, concert series and park series in partnership with the Windsor Symphony Orchestras, and more concerts at St. Anne's Church, and partnered with various community groups to host skateboard competitions, try a sport day, and Healthy Kids community challenges. We also host 2 men's baseball teams at Lacoste Park, the St. Clair College Saints and the Tecumseh Thunder. As we all know, they are champions. The Thunder won Baseball Canada's Senior Men's National Championship in 2016, also in 2015. While the Saints were OCAA champions last year, and I hear there's some big news coming in the St. Clair College soon about the Green Giants. So I say stay tuned, more to come. Last year we worked with local community groups and our neighbors to coordinate and deliver events like the Taste of Tecumseh, Cornfest, the Carhall World Cup of Hockey, and our annual conference. Our staff and residents spent a lot of time last year volunteering for various activities to raise money for Windsor and Essex County Initiative. This included my annual golf tournament, the Tecumseh Terry Fox Walk Run, and the Goodfellows annual fundraising campaign. Together as a community, last year we raised close to $300,000 for these initiatives in 2016 alone. This is in addition to more than $50,000 community groups like the Optimist Club of St. Clair Beach provided to our Parks and Recreation Department to deliver many recreational activities last year. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the unsung heroes in our community. It's our volunteers. A few weeks ago, we held our annual Volunteer Appreciation Night at Beach Grove. The hall was full, and not all of our volunteers were able to attend. But Tecumseh is fortunate to have an incredibly strong and extremely dedicated volunteer group. These individuals are the foundation of our success, and some of the greatest achievements are a direct result of their hard work. We are truly blessed, and we are grateful for their support. The youth of Tecumseh were part of our annual local government week, visiting town hall and the spring and the fall of this year, or last year, to learn about the municipal administration and governance. We believe in working with our education partners to help youth understand and learn about municipal governance outside of the classroom. We also started a youth advisory committee, and they are providing a different view on what the future can look like. The Tecumseh Planning Department has been very busy the last few years, and we believe that a healthy, livable town is sustained by balancing the protection of valuable farmland and natural heritage areas with accompanying development to meet the long-term needs of the town and our residents. As new development takes place, we are actively advocating for development of complete streets. As is detailed in the recently completed Transportation Master Plan, we believe that our roads shouldn't just serve the four-wheel kind of vehicles. They should serve all users of all needs and abilities. We are partners with the county-wide active transportation system, CWATS, to make trail connections to be a more connected community. Council has committed almost $200,000 in trail construction for this year and has approved the completion of design drawings that will see the extension of the Ganacho Trail easterly along Riverside Drive to connect to Lakewood Park. As well, the 3-kilometer regional trail linking the Chrysler Canada Greenway and the Herb Gray Parkway Trail will finally become a reality by late spring of this year. Finally, it is Council's objective to see the introduction of more bike lanes along important road corridors in order to provide an increase in multi-modal transportation options. In 2016, Council adopted a Community Improvement Plan, or CIP, for Tecumseh Road, which affects the town's historical commercial core. This plan establishes a community-developed vision and allows us to promote activities that encourage a more effective use of lands, buildings, and facilities. And we want to bring about revitalization and encourage both the private sector and public investment in the CIP area. To this end, a detailed design exercise involving a complete reworking of the street is currently underway, and this process has included extensive public and stakeholder consultation. In the spring of last year, Council approved the design to move forward with burying all hydro and utility wires underground, and this will be an important step forward in facilitating the reemergence of the town's downtown as a place of importance, civic pride, and community identity through the creation of a quality pedestrian public realm. The CIP includes financial incentive programs, and they have already spurred construction of a 48-unit medium-density residential development. With several more on the immediate horizon, financial incentives have assisted property owners with the preparation of design drawings for facade improvements to existing buildings and the construction of an outdoor eating area associated with the town's first craft brewery, Frank Brewing Company. Our Director of Planning is also here if you would like to speak to him about these incentives. And like I said, we love new businesses locating in our community. The town's planning department has also completed 11 discussion papers and begun to draft a new official plan, which will guide future development and help us to continue to make smart planning decisions for a successful future. Council recognizes that sound planning is critical for managing the future sustainability and well-being of our community. Building for the future success is key to our decisions. We also completed a ward boundary and council structure review, and we'll be implementing the recommendations to split Ward 1 into 2 wards. We will continue to have the same number of councilors, but residents will have a better representation of our elected officials and a better balance of constituents. Tecumseh is an early budget adopter. And unlike many other municipalities, we start our budget at the beginning of the year. And our budget deliberations last fall provided us with opportunities to look at where we could make changes and how we could manage with what we had. Everyone saw an increase in assessment values this year, and we had to make a difficult decision this year to increase taxes. However, this increase is marginal, and we will be able to deliver a number of exciting initiatives as a result, maintaining high-level service standards. Our smart budget planning and decisions resulted in our 7th consecutive Distinguished Budget Award from the Government Finance Officers Association. And we are proud of our financial planning and decision-making, and also to our employees for finding innovative and cost-effective ways of delivering the services residents are used to at a lower cost. Speaking of awards, we were also the recipients of the Gord Smith Healthy Workplace and Bike Friendly Workplace Award by Windsor-Essex Health Unit. This is the 5th time we have received this award, and we're very proud to be recognized as a healthy workplace. There were some additions, by the way. We communicated. Last year, we introduced the early warning system, which proved instrumental during the flood in September 2016. We were the first municipality in Essex County to adopt this tool, and to date, we have 9,400 contacts. We've expanded our social media presence and continue to build on our website, where our residents have told us they get much more of their information. In August 2016, we were the first North American municipality to launch a progressive web app with local company Inspire Hub. Last month, we launched the 2nd phase of the app targeted at businesses in the town. The app allows users to see where to eat, what to do, where to shop, who is hiring. And I encourage all of you to sign up and use it to promote your business to users. We strongly feel that this technology will change the way municipalities do business, and we are excited. We were the early adopters. By the way, to those businesses in Oldcastle, with all those new hiring signs out, talk to us about adding those jobs to our app channels and getting your message out. Any Tecumseh businesses here, you can participate too. Just a little plug for the app. We have also attracted talented resources to help us maintain an excellent level of service. This includes the accommodation of co-op intern students from St. Clair College, the University of Windsor, and our local high schools. Our administration expanded our communications outreach to engage our community on various initiatives. These included the pop-up meetings at Frank Brewing Company, a table at the Summer Nights Markets to talk about our proposed sportsplex, pre-budget consultation survey, and an online survey on the ward boundary and council structure review. And we will continue to look at innovative ways to reach our residents and business owners for continued open dialogue on town initiatives. What do the people of Tecumseh say? Well, they say good things. Last year, we completed a citizen satisfaction survey and achieved a 99% combined satisfaction rate. That compares to 84% 2 years earlier. Not one to rest on our laurels, we want to maintain a high level of satisfaction. We want our residents to rate us an exceptional place to live. We expect nothing less, and that's our commitment to our people. We will continue to deliver exceptional service. So what's next? We are stopping on forward momentum, and we have lots of plans for our town, and we're excited to what's to come. We will continue the construction of $9.8 million worth of infrastructure improvements in the Oldcastle area alone, with an additional $6.4 million in the remainder of the town. We will continue to collaborate with our local partners to introduce new and interesting activities in town, like the Summer's Night Markets. We will submit a number of grant applications for funding for upgrades and improvements to our town infrastructure, and we anticipate some funding announcements very shortly. We'll be moving forward on our proposed $20 million sportsplex. We will continue to partner with Weed Seed to attract new business and expand our existing businesses. We will continue to implement our community improvement plan for Tecumseh Road. We will continue to reach out to our residents to ensure that they are receiving quality service and return on their tax dollars. We will continue to work with developers and local businesses to support their new residential developments and expansions to their operations. We will continue to liaise and work with our partners in the town, the region, and the province to deliver excellent service. And we will continue to deliver on our commitments to build on our successes. Our residents expect and deserve no less. And thank you again to the Chamber for allowing me this opportunity to talk with Tecumseh and our community and our greater community. Thank you to our sponsors for making today possible. Thank you to all of you for attending and joining us today to learn more about our great town. Thank you.